My name is Patrick Suttle, and I'm speaking to you from my home here in Atlanta, Georgia, USA. I stand before you on this day, and I greet you in the traditional African language of isiZulu, Sani Banani Nianjani. I do so as a humble descendant of a proud slave, stolen from Africa, then relocated here to this strange land we call America. It would be my sincere desire to greet you in the native tongue of that stolen African. That pleasure does not avail itself to me. I extend myself to each of you as a brother, using the language of the slave master, for that is the limited linguistic tool that I possess. I feel inadequate to express my thoughts to you, the youth of South Africa. Yet I am honored and humbled to my core to be awarded such a privilege. As each of you have extended yourselves forward in a desire to participate in this youth entrepreneurship conference, let me personally commend you for making such a bold step. I reviewed the list of talented business professionals that Brother Roche has selected to stand before you on this day. I challenge each of you. Take in what they have to say. Listen as if your life depends on it. For this day could lay the foundation for future success that has the potential to redefine who we are as a people. So many people across the globe embrace the term entrepreneur. But what does that term actually mean? What does it represent? I say it has no concrete definition. My challenge to each of you, define it for yourselves. Redefine it as the marketplace dictates. To each person there in Pretoria watching this video, if you leave this conference and you are not more prepared and better equipped than before you arrived, then the person you can blame will always be standing in front of you every time you look in the mirror. We live in a world where the decisions we make come with direct consequences. You can choose the path that offers the least resistance. We all know where that leads. It dead ends with limited choices and drastic circumstances. Or you could stand as proud descendants of a glorious people, ready, willing, and capable to flip the script and redefine the economic fabric of South Africa. Today, I stand before you via a technological platform that is transforming all business models. The manner in which international commerce is conducted changes at a rapid pace. And there is one honest truth that remains constant. Either you adapt to that change or you get left behind. In reality, those that shine will tap into that technology through innovative initiatives. We always hear people say, think outside the box. To be honest, that may not be good enough. Each of you have tremendous potential. In today's business climate, it is time to restructure that box. It may need to be a rectangle or a multi-sided trapezoid. Depending on the situation, angles may line up to create something no one has ever imagined. You see, young brothers and sisters, future shapes shall and will be directed by you. That is, if you make the choice to dare to be different, think critically, and collective progress can be achieved. Individual success and personal accolades mean nothing if they are not tied to the collective progress of society. Be warned of the powerful pull and directive nature of mass media. Material objects will never create wealth. If you allow yourself to be swayed by material goods, wealth can never be achieved. Refuse to be victims of consumerism. Consumers always create wealth for producers. Learn to be conscious consumers who make purchases based on need and never out of a vain compulsion to prove your self-worth. No matter the type of vehicle you purchase, know that the moment you drive away from the dealership, it depreciates in value, and it will never be worth what you paid for it. Could someone please stand and tell me what can be purchased that is sure to always appreciate in value? To that bold person who stood and said, land, you are 100% correct. Land is a solid investment when utilized properly. It creates wealth. Here in the United States, black people, just 20 years out of slavery, owned more collective property than we do today. I know you brothers and sisters are being bombarded with media images of Jay-Z and Beyonce, LeBron James, and even Lil Wayne. Please do not confuse these corporate-generated images with how black people in this country really live. To be honest, in actuality, your brothers and sisters this side suffer from similar social ills that plague South Africa. Currently, there are more than 1 million black men languishing within the American prison industrial complex. Some are actually prisoners, while a vast majority play a daily game of cat and mouse as they try to avoid probation and parole violations within a society that has created an economic model for putting them in prison. No government agency will change the plight of the people. Corruption and permanent interests will always prevent that. In closing, I want to share with you a light that illuminates that silver lining. That light, brothers and sisters, is you. This entrepreneurship conference being presented during Youth Month has the potential to lay a solid foundation in which to build a bright new future. One conceived in your minds and that has a direct connection to South Africa's rich cultural heritage. Hard work, commitment, dedication, and a sincere desire to learn from those who have paved the way is all you will need to succeed. Please stand and repeat after me as I bid you farewell. Freedom resides in our hands. Free the land. Free the land. Free the land. Free the land. Thank you. My prayers go up and out across the Atlantic to Africa's faithful son, President Nelson Mandela. May God guide and direct each of you as you go forward and prepare to become business leaders of tomorrow. Amen.